Hey everybody, Nathan Gifford here from Hubs Help, and I wanted to walk you through a little demo of our Finale Composer app for HubSpot. This is to be used with Content Hub, the CMS for HubSpot, and allows you to generate module-based content on your web pages. So, picture for the purpose of this, there is a growing trend of people doing what I'm labeling as vibe contenting of web pages or full websites using various AI tools. And you can normally pick them out, which sites those are. But some people are even taking generated HTML from these tools and trying to drop it inside of HubSpot. It does not work because that page that you generate is completely outside of HubSpot and will have a bunch of inline styling and all these different things that when you take that code and drop it inside of a HubSpot page, all that inline styling overrides your theme. So now your theme styles and everything else that makes HubSpot Content Hub great and do what it does and does well, all that gets kind of thrown out the window and made pointless. So it's not the way to do it. Besides all the extra garbage you probably get in that code that just adds weight to your site, there's a whole list of issues. But we have this page here, composer.hubshelp.com. You can check it out and see more information about the app, why we built the app, what it's good for, how it works, and so forth. So I encourage you to check all of that out. So what we're going to do here is take a look at it. To access the app, what happens when you install it is it will add a module to your portal, and you can use this with any theme. This is our Finale theme that is used on this page that you can see right here, but you can use this with any theme, and it will add the module of Finale Composer module to your portal, and then you can put that module on a page and then begin to utilize the app. So let me flip to this tab. So now I'm in the editor and just on this demo page. So the app will allow you to generate code inside a module container that plays nicely with your theme. That's the base functionality. But then for higher level subscriptions, you can take it a step further and actually generate separate reusable modules that you can take, and now you have a new module on your portal that you can reuse on whatever pages. And so, for example, on this demo page, this module right here is one that was generated with our app. You can see what we're going to do here is show you how it works. So if you go to add, and once you've installed, and let me type Finale. Okay, so you got Finale Composer. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to drop it on a page. So I'll put this in the new section. All right, so here is the module. This is what you'll see when you first put it on the page. Now, well, not first put it on the page. When you first put it as a fresh install, you will not see any conversation history. You'll see a box that tells you you need to have a subscription and so forth. So you'll see some setting things. We do have a full setup page that you can see on the Finale Composer website. There is a page for setup instructions. So you can go to that as step by step how to get everything set up. So first, you will need a subscription. All the subscription levels, they come with a 7-day free trial. So sign up and give it a whirl. You will love it. It will be a huge time saver for you. And And what you're going to be able to do here, the goal for most users, where you go through and you have all the different modules available with your theme or from Marketplace, but then you have that scenario where you need something that you don't have. You don't have a module that quite fits the bill for what you need. So if you have the ability, you can build one. If you don't, then you have to hire somebody, and you're spending money. You're waiting a couple weeks or more to get that new module built. Now you'll be able to utilize this app, give the details of what you want, and there you go. You've got it. You did it all by yourself. Looking at this, you will have the subscription. So you set that up, and I can see here, I'll flip over. You'll have a page like this, except you'll see a bunch of different options for different levels of subscription that you can do. And then there's also these tabs here. There's a link here again to the setup page, support page, and then also you have the AI provider settings. I'll just flip to that. This is the other thing you have to set up to be able to use the app: subscription and connected to your AI provider. So at the time of this video, we have support for Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grok. So you use your account. So you would pick the one you want and paste in your API key. And there are links here to the different platforms. If you don't have the key, like you haven't generated one or you're not sure what it is, you can go do that, generate it. Most of these will require that you have a paid account to be able to utilize the API key. They're all, pay as you use them. So you essentially, buy credits. So you'll have that. So your subscription for the Composer app is just access to be able to use it. Any cost for how much you use it goes, through your AI account. So once you have this set up, you save your settings, and you would come back to the module, the page editor. And again, the link to the AI provider settings is here. Subscription is here. So the buttons are there, so you can jump to that setup. So just a couple things to set up, then you're ready to go. You come back here, and the messages about subscription, everything go away. Here, I'm going to clear this. All right. So you have that. You see conversation history. So here's a clean slate. Over here on the left, you can see module mode. It's going to default to build mode. So that's what you're going to see here. There is a styles tab, which is a built-in, some options for spacing, margins, and padding. You can even specify different from mobile. So that's built in. So whatever you generate here, you do have some built-in spacing options to use with that module. So you don't have to code that into your generated module. All right. So let me take a little demo text here. All right. So I'm going to drop this in. So this is my prompt. So you just type in here whatever you want built. You give as much detail as you can. The more detail you give, the better your result is going to be. You can continue just like working with the AI tool directly on that platform. You can iterate. You have your conversation, and you can say, "Oh, change this, change that." You can do the same thing here. So give as much detail as you want. I do have in here, it does mention using an attached image. Right here in the middle column. And this is instructions to build a 3-column module. In the middle column, load the attached image. Okay, so here you can say I can attach, I can upload from my computer, or I can choose something that's already in HubSpot. So I'm going to do that. Let me grab this. Okay, So I've got an attached image. Now I'm going to hit generate. So you can see I have my conversation history here. It does drop it to one line for the sake of space, but over here on the side, I can expand that to see the full conversation. All right, content generated. Here we go. It just built exactly what I told it. If you read through here, 3-column layout, box in the first and third column, box should have background color using primary color, and the other box secondary color. So one of the benefits here, this between using this versus just going off to ChatGPT or something outside of HubSpot, this is built to where it knows what a HubSpot theme is. It knows that every theme has a primary and a secondary color, and a primary and a secondary font. So you can tell, you don't have to provide the hex code for your primary color. You can just say primary color, and it knows where to find that on your site. So it'll pull that in. You can see it did that here. And I have in the conversation, the prompt, 2 pixels, solid green border. I got rounded corners, drop shadow, headings, box 1, box 2, link for click here, center column with the attached image, which it pulled in, text underneath it. This is vertically centered. It did that. So everything is there just as I described it. I even put in here, which I would recommend as responsive behavior at 768 pixels, stack the columns. So once the screen gets smaller, the 3 columns will flip into 1 row per column. So whatever I put in here, and that's exactly what it built. So that is there. So now I can see in the box below, there is HTML. So this has style. Let's look at a couple things here. It's given it a name based on, just picking from things that you described. Now what you will see here in this generated code, it is not cram full of inline styling. It has some, but only as needed. It is intentionally going to leave things as vanilla as possible. Why? So your theme controls what it looks like. The H2 and the H3 and the button style and the body font, everything that your theme is already establishing, this module will allow that to come through unless you specify in your prompt, make this white, make this green, whatever it is. So just like in a regular module, you have style fields and you can modify things per instance. You're doing that same thing here. But if you coded this elsewhere, every single piece of this would have inline styles because you would have to be establishing the font family and the font sizes and everything. All that's already in your theme. So we don't need that. So, okay, so we got it. So now I hit copy HTML, come over here to the left. I paste it in. Now I can hit apply changes. Now, until I do that, everything is just editor. There's nothing on the page. But now I can switch this to display mode, apply changes, and now I'm just seeing the module contents. You can see here the buttons now are pulling styling from my theme, fonts, everything is pulling it from the theme. You don't see that the same way when you're in editing mode. We would see that same thing if I went into a page preview. But now let me go back to build mode. Okay, so I've got this. I can continue. All right, apply changes. All right, I'm back to editor. Now I can still go. I can continue the conversation. I could say swap the background colors of box 1 and box 2. All right, just a simple change, generate. There we go. All right, so flip the color so you can see it's some just whatever. And as you can see in the module example I had here above, that had a little more involved. This one has a slider carousel and a repeater. So a lot of stuff in that one compared to this example. But either way, however simple or complex you want to make it, you give it the details, it'll put together what you want. So with the base subscription, you have what you see here, and I can take this. I have this module that I've built, I've generated. I just have the HTML code for the module. If I'm good to go, I flip this to display mode. I save. There we go. I publish the page. I have the new module on the page. It's not like a regular module, but it's taking care of what I needed. Maybe I needed something today. I don't have time for somebody else to build a module. Now I've got it on there. Maybe it's temporary. Maybe it's not. Maybe you build your whole site with this. However works for you. Either way, it's a huge time saver. And even if you want to build the module separately, you at least have something to play with here or to start with. But speaking of building a module, if you have beyond our base subscription, there's, at least at the time, and maybe this will change one day, but at the time of this video, there are 3 other subscription level options above the base subscription. Each one is the same thing, except it just a variation in how many modules you can build. So this button right here, generate new module. So this comes into play with the upgraded subscription. So you can see here it says 2 of 10 modules used this month. So per my subscription, I can generate 10 modules a month. That's that's the top level subscription. So you can get various levels. So maybe you just want to be able to create a module or 2 each month, or 3, 4, or 5. You pick whichever route works for you. You can always change it, upgrade, downgrade, whatever. But you get that subscription, then you can do this. It's very simple. I generate a new module. I give it a name. My demo module. Generate. All right, and give this a minute. What it's going to do, it's going to take the name that I type, which that's the name that I'll see in the editor when I'm adding modules to the page. That's what I'll see. But for the actual code, it will change it to all lowercase and replace spaces with hyphens. So it'll be all lowercase, my dash demo dash module will be the actual module name in your device manager. And it will create all the normal elements of a module, and it will be a reusable module that you can put on any page. And it will create it with actual fields and style fields based on what it determines would make sense for what you have created. So, okay, so that's done. It says here module created, find it in your design manager. All right, so let's go. Let me just refresh the page. Go to add a module, and let me search my demo. Oh, here we go. My demo module. What do you know? Drop it right here. Ta-da. So there's the module, and see we've got fields that it created. I got my box 1 heading. I got a rich text here. Box 2 heading. Box 2 rich text. There's my slogan. I didn't even tell it make a rich text field, make a heading field. It's smart enough to know this is what it should be, but you can always specify. And look, it automatically, I've got an image, automatically generates that in a new or in a group media. So helping to organize, so it's not just one big group of fields. So there's the image, and any links automatically get put in a group. So I've got that here. I can customize the link, what it says. I got 2 links in this particular module, and also style fields. Again, just like you have in the base level, you have the built-in spacing options. So that'll be there in every module that gets generated. Then it's got color fields. And again, it did this on its own. Background colors, border colors, button text, all that's here. And of course you can not use them, wipe them out, and it will just, utilize your theme. But this gives you the default values based on what you said. So if I created this module and didn't say use this color, use that color, make the button label white, if I didn't say anything like that, it wouldn't put that in. I could say create a style field for the background color that defaults to empty or defaults to primary color. I can give that kind of detail in the prompt, in which if you're just doing the base level, you don't need to do that. But if you're doing it to generate a module like this, you're going to want to do that so you can give a little direction. Just think about it like you were telling somebody on your team or the developer you hired what you want. I need a module that does these things and it has these options to customize it, just like you would pass on to that person or that team. You're going to pass it on here and just have it spit out for you. Got different options here for fonts and alignments. It's got a general group here for the border radius, the border size, all that just from the prompt that you saw. It's like a 1 paragraph prompt. And let's go back. Let's hit the design manager, my demo module. Okay, you can see here there's a folder, Composer Modules, that will be automatically created when you install the app. So any modules that you generate, like we just did on this video, you will see here. So you'll have it here. You can come in here and you can edit. So anything, you can see everything that we were just looking at. But I can come in here if I want to change the icon, if I decide I want to give it a different name, maybe I want to change some of the options, I want to add to it, whatever, I can edit it to my heart's content, but I'm not building it from scratch. I just have this module exactly that I requested, but maybe there's something I didn't think of, or I want to change the default value on a field, anything like that. I can come in here and change and I'm good to go. Or back to the editor screen. Not there, back here. If I come here and I make some changes, and then I go to generate new module again, and it pops up with a name. If I type, what I do, my demo module, if I type the same name, I'll get a prompt like this. This already exists. I can change the name, so I make a new module or replace existing module. So in a case like where I already generated the module, but later I decide I want some other options, I want to, whatever you want to do, come and give it the same name, hit replace, and it will update that module code. So, instead of going in and making changes yourself, if you want to use the app to make your changes, you can. But that is how Finale Composer works. This is going to save you a ton of time. It's going to save you a ton of money too on development costs. So you have the subscription. That subscription cost to generate these modules is a fraction of what you'd pay in time or developer costs elsewhere to get these results. And these are good results. These are modules that are coded well. They play nicely with others. They'll work well inside of your theme. And if you do need any help beyond what you're doing here, you get to a point, but you do want some professional human help at a point, we're certainly here and able and willing to do so. If you have questions, let us know. If you have feedback, we'd love to hear it. We'll be making this module and app better all the time. So we'll continue to develop it. But yeah, love your feedback, and we'll take feedback from you and other users and make sure we implement and just keep growing it, and we can do that together. Thank you for watching, and enjoy Finale Composer.